Continuing my nature studies, I shifted focus from dogs to trees, specifically palm trees. When I think about drawing a tree, I never think about palm trees, but I know that if you're world building, you should have some knowledge on different types of plants for different habitats. And palm trees can offer some plant diversity for hot climate areas. So I wanted to learn more about them. I started with the most iconic and widely recognized of them all, the coconut palm. I made an illustration of a single standing tree and placed a detailed drawing of a coconut fruit next to it. This was my way of understanding both the overall form and the key identifying feature in one composition. It's the first palm I've studied, and just like with animals, I'm learning to break down its unique shapes, textures, and structure to build my visual library. The coconut palm has such a strong visual identity, tall and slender with a graceful, slightly curved trunk and a crown of long arching fronds. It's immediately recognizable and associated with tropical environments, coastlines, and warmth. The leaves are feather-like, made up of long, narrow segments that catch light beautifully and can add a sense of movement to an illustration or design. What I find really inspiring is the tree's functionality. Every part of the coconut palm serves a purpose. It produces coconuts, of course, which are incredibly versatile, used for food, drink, oil, and even building materials. The tree's wood and leaves are also used in traditional construction, crafts, and textiles in many cultures. There is something very poetic about a plant that is both visually iconic and incredibly practical. Studying the tree also gave me ideas for creature or environment design. Its tall, flexible structure and fan-like leaves could inspire organic architecture, natural shelter concepts, or even creature appendages or hair structures. The coconut itself, with its layered textures from smooth green husk to fibrous coir to hard shell, offers interesting inspiration for natural armor or layered skin in fantasy species. The coconut palm also carries symbolic meanings. It's often seen as a symbol of resilience, resourcefulness, and tropical paradise. That kind of symbolism can be useful in branding or world building. It can represent a place of refuge, abundance, or exotic beauty depending on the context. I was excited to explore more palm trees, but the coconut palm felt like the right starting point. It's elegant, familiar, yet full of creative possibilities. I'll definitely refer back to this study for future design and illustration work. After studying the coconut palm, I moved on to another palm species, the California fan palm. This one has a very different feel, both visually and in terms of the environment it grows in. While coconut palms are associated with tropical beaches, the California palm thrives in desert oases of the American Southwest. I was really drawn to its bold architectural structure and the dramatic textures of its fronds and trunk. For this study, I focused on its iconic fan-shaped leaves and the heavy trunk base that makes it feel grounded and ancient. What makes this tree stand out is its massive, fibrous trunk and a dense crown of fan-like leaves. The fronds have a slightly ragged quality, with fine threads peeling from the edges. These thread-like filaments create delicate, lace-like details that are really interesting to capture in illustration. As the older leaves die, they often hang down and form a skirt around the trunk, giving the tree a wild, shaggy look. I love how it combines elegance and ruggedness in one silhouette. This tree is native to the desert, and its adaptations reflect that. It's drought-tolerant, slow-growing, and incredibly sturdy. From a design perspective, it offers great inspiration for resilience and survival in harsh conditions. Its thick base and wide crown could influence architectural forms that need to balance stability with shade or height. The fan-shaped leaves can also inspire ornamental details or even armor-like designs in creature or character concepts. Compared to the clean tropical look of the coconut palm, California palm tree feels much more textural and dramatic. It has a kind of timeless cinematic presence perfect for storytelling or world building in arid or post apocalyptic landscapes. I'll definitely revisit this one when I'm working on desert themed environments or robust earthbound designs. After exploring the California fan palm, I moved on to a different type of palm, the date palm. I've always found date palms fascinating for their graceful yet sturdy presence. For this study, I created an illustration of a standing tree with red unripe date fruits hanging from the branches. I also included a smaller illustration of mature date fruits to showcase the transformation from unripe to fully ripened. Date palms are iconic in many cultures, particularly in the Middle East, North Africa, and parts of South Asia. They are known for their tall, slender trunks and large, feathery fronds. The fronds are long and arching, creating a dramatic sweeping canopy at the top of the tree. What makes them especially beautiful is the way the leaves sway in the wind, giving the whole tree a sense of motion and grace. The long feather-like fronds combined with the deep green color create a strong contrast to the more rigid, dry environments where date palms are often found. What I found interesting in my study is the fruiting process of the date palm. The unripe dates start off as a small red cluster, but over time they transform into golden brown, soft sweet fruits that have been harvested for consumption. The transition from vibrant red to the rich amber color of the ripe dates is visually striking and could be a great source of inspiration for color palettes and design work. The intricate way the fruits cluster together and grow in bundles can also inspire patterns or motifs in textiles, architecture, or even creature design. From a design perspective, the date palm has a lot to offer. The trunk's texture is rough and fibrous with natural patterns created by the growth of the leaves over time. This could inspire textural elements in 3D modeling or costume design. The symmetry of the fronds combined with the delicate arrangement of fruit suggests a perfect balance between strength and delicacy, an idea that can be applied to both character and environmental design. In addition to its aesthetic appeal, the date palm has been a symbol of nourishment, fertility, and endurance throughout history. Its deep-rooted presence in present culture speaks to its adaptability, making it an excellent symbol for resilience and resourcefulness. I'm excited to use these elements in my future projects, and I'll definitely return to the date palm for inspiration on organic designs, especially for environments or characters tied to arid landscapes. I ended my palm studies with the royal palm. This species is truly majestic and made for a fitting conclusion to my series on palms. Native to the Caribbean and parts of the Central America, the royal palm has an iconic tall straight trunk that tapers slightly as it rises, giving it a refined, almost regal appearance. It's often found in tropical landscapes, and its elegance makes it a favorite in both natural settings and landscape design. What I particularly loved about the royal palm is its smooth gray-beige trunk, which contrasts beautifully with the vibrant green of its large feathery fronds. The fronds themselves are wide and arching, giving the tree a crown-like shape at the top, which adds to its noble presence. The tree's height and symmetry lend it a very architectural feel, which I found inspiring when illustrating it. I made one illustration of the tree standing tall, with the trunk extending up to a fan of leaves that stretch outwards in a perfect arc. The smoothness of the trunk and the gentle curvature of the leaves make it both striking and serene. These illustrations have been incredibly beneficial for my learning process. By focusing on different botanical species, like palm trees, I've been able to observe and break down their structures, textures, and unique characteristics. Drawing them helps me develop a deeper understanding of natural forms, proportions, and the way light interacts with different surfaces. It's a valuable exercise for improving my technical skills in both illustration and design. At the same time, working on these studies is a calming and relaxing activity for me. The process of observing nature, capturing the subtle details of each palm, and slowly bringing the image to life is really fun and relaxing. It allows me to get lost in the rhythm of drawing and gives me a sense of mindfulness. I enjoy the quiet, meditative aspect of it, and it feels like a personal connection with the natural world, which makes the creative process even more enjoyable. As I wrap up this study, I really enjoyed making 4 detailed illustrations of palm trees, from the tall and elegant royal palm to the rugged, textured California fan palm. Each species has its own character and visual appeal, but of course, there are many more types of palm trees to explore, each with unique forms and qualities. I look forward to returning to this subject in the future to study and illustrate more palm varieties, so I hope to see you in a new species study.